the importance of mentorship and community building. Over the years, many stereotypes have emerged that portray women competing with one another. In reality, rather than rival each other, women are actually more likely to sponsor each other and help other women rise to the top. Women from all over the world are coming together and playing a role in building and empowering their community. They are recognizing the need for support networks that can be found within organizations or outside. These communities or programs give women opportunities to build connections and find support. One such program is mentoring. Mentoring now plays an important role in helping women learn the skills they need to break down the barriers, gain access to opportunities, and cultivate their confidence in an often male-dominated business environment. Additionally, company leaders have lots to gain from mentoring women, including stronger leadership skills. Formal mentoring programs that are geared towards improving inclusivity can build a more cohesive and collaborative workspace. And of course, to talk more about this topic, it gives me great pleasure to invite our moderator for today, Joanna James. Joanna is a successful business co-founder and chief ambassador for the Successful Women, where she empowers women to rise above limitation, to star as their best self-reality, creating a life of prosperity. Her mantra is, anything is possible. Joanna speaks on topics ranging from mindset, leadership, business culture, entrepreneurship, success, and of course, mind-body spaces. She's also the co-author of the Amazon #1 bestseller book, My Voice, Volume 5. With that, over to you, Joanna.
Thank you, Neera. And isn't it incredible, the panels I've just been hanging on every single word. And I'm so excited to be the moderator tonight. In fact, I've been looking forward to it ever since you reached out to me, Neera. And so thank you, Neera and Shakira. And what an incredible community this My Voice community is growing to become. And so tonight we're going to be talking about the importance of mentorship and building communities. But really, they're two different topics, but they are intricately linked, because in communities, people will be mentored, and mentors also build communities. And this is something that's very unique and links the two topics together. And tonight we have an amazing group of panelists to talk to you. So I've actually asked to bring everybody up on stage all together, because it really sets the tone of the incredible women that have come to speak with you tonight. So I'm going to take a moment to introduce to you to Ramya Bakshar. So Ramya, just give everybody a wave, and I'm going to just share with the audience a little bit about you. Ramya is a program manager by education and a mentor by passion. She has over 13 years experience in information technology, managing global projects. She has a master's in electronics and communication engineering and is certified in leadership principles. She's been a passionate mentor since 2017, mentoring in several programs run by NGOs, where she guides young girls to navigate through their careers and lead them towards their goals. She also gives mentoring talks to inspire her fellow mentors on how mentee relationships can last a lifetime. In her free time, she loves to read contemporary novels, cook with her family. She's a firm believer that young girls empower the world. I completely agree with you there, Ramya. And her food photography is her newfound hobby. So if you haven't already jumped onto her Instagram to see her daily posts, make sure that you do. Ramya, will you just unmute yourself and just in one sentence, why now, why tonight, why this topic?
Thank you so much, Joanna, for that introduction. I think got me back a little. So yeah, I'm super honored to be here as a part of this this whole forum. And mentorship is very, very close to my heart. And I think everybody needs a mentor at some point of time. So I think to share that experience out here to the whole world and to whoever is here in this call, I think it is an honor. So yeah, I'm very, very happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to sharing my experiences, hearing back from Eva and Nita as well. So good luck to all of us.
Welcome. Thank you. Now, I'm going to introduce to you another incredible lady, Neetha Sanjay. Now, Neetha is based in Singapore, and she is an ICF certified life and career coach who is passionate about empowering women to achieve their life and career goals. She's a dental surgeon, and with more than a decade experience in healthcare management, she enjoys sharing her learning by speaking on confidence, resilience, and positively helping women advance in their life and career. She previously has served on the board of Primetime Professional and Business Women's Association, which is a non-for-profit organisation with a mission to help women live their lives to their maximum potential. I think you and I are completely aligned here. Being an advocate for women, Neetha is committed to working with organisations that help empower the next generation of female leaders, focused on those from underserved communities. In addition to being a board director, she is a member of the Communications and PR Committee at SNM. She is a coach at Primetime, a mentor with We Do Global, YSEALI, She Brilliance, and the National University in Singapore. She is also one of the co-authors of Amazon best-selling book inspiration called My Voice. Welcome to the show, Neetha. Just wanted to find out from you, why tonight, why now, why this topic?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joanne. So I'm a coach as well as a mentor, as you mentioned, and I'm in this beautiful space, and I get to experience the diverse mindsets and challenges of these amazingly talented women, and helping them achieve their goals has been a very rewarding journey for me. And my mission in life is to empower 1 million women, at least by 2030, to help them lead and live a life on their own terms. So I do this by coaching, by mentoring, by speaking, and by writing. So mentoring is very well aligned to my mission. So that's why I wanted to come. And thank you so much for inviting me to share my experience. So looking forward to all the learning and sharing. Thank you.
Well, we look forward to cheering you on your journey to empowering 1 million women. Absolutely. So now I want everybody to meet Eva Tass. So Eva originally hails from Czechoslovakia, and she has her career worked in Europe, Asia Pacific region, and ultimately here in Australia, where she now resides. She has extensive experience in various business fields, such as procurement, quality, change management, to roles in senior management. And when she was the CEO of an automotive company, she successfully led that organization through some dramatic change to become number 3 in the market. As a long life learner, Eva decided to step out of her comfort zone, leave the corporate life, and after a sabbatical in Bali, I cannot wait to hear about that one, Eva turned to the tech startup world. In 2017, she joined Australia's leading company in commercial air conditioning, where she's responsible for change and quality management driven by data. We're going to share a little bit of data tonight, so you and I are going to be completely aligned. She's always been positive about tech and data, which motivated her to join the non-for-profit organisation. She loves data, where she leads the ANZ region and the global data analytics team. As a strong advocate for gender and cultural diversity, she's active in building the professional network of women here in Australia. Welcome, Eva. So why tonight? Why this topic? Why now?
Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you for the introduction. Well, I think it's quite clear. Look, for me, community is very important, and I believe that everyone who changed countries and moved from one place to another and changed basically the life can understand how being part of the community and build also the community is important, because this also helps you with the transition. And for the past 5 years, I've been trying to build a community here in Australia for a non-profit organization, She Loves Dada. And so this is very much close to me, and I can actually see myself, how I built myself also through this community, and how I actually was able to change some women's lives. So it's very much motivational for me, and the more I can give, the better for me.
Amazing. It's that reciprocity, yeah? So the more you give, the more you receive. So tonight we have a very special surprise because we have Shika Sakar, who is the managing partner and director at Kit Kat Events. Normally, she is busy in the back making it happen. But tonight we have her front and center because with Neera, they have done an amazing job building a My Voice community, which is over thousands of women now, right? Let's pause there. Thousands of women. I remember when you ladies just started. Well done, everybody. How about a round of applause for Kit Kat and the global influence of My Voice community? Apart from building this amazing community, she has been ambassador to the Internations for the last 5 years, which is one of the largest global expat networks supporting a dynamic community of over 60,000 expats. That's a lot of people. And from 200 different communities. Teaching and doing this, she's also been teaching and empowering women financial literacy, particularly single mums. So welcome to the panel, Shika. It's absolutely wonderful to have you front of house. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Joanna. It's been such a pleasure. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my co-panelists and the attendees. I'm absolutely delighted to be here. It's a great journey for us to share as to how we have been instrumental in building the community for women in our space, So I'm here to share some of our experiences that we have had through this pandemic times and how did we come to this stage and what has been, why did we do this? How do we want to touch the other women in terms of impacting them, in terms of empowering them and inspiring them? So I'm absolutely delighted to be here.
Okay, so let's set the context. We're talking about mentoring. So you're going to love this, Eva, because a little bit of data about mentoring. So 97% of people who have been mentored feel that it is both highly impactful and valuable. Mentees, people who have had a mentor, are 5 times more likely to be promoted at work. 5 times. It's incredible, right? However, according to Forbes, only 37% of professionals, that's all professionals, have had a mentor. And wait for the doozy, 63% of women, according to a study done by DDI, have never had a formal mentor. Just a little bit of stats about mentorship. Now, as with everything, I don't know who has not seen Simon Sinek's Why. If you haven't seen that YouTube video, make sure you jump on. But tonight, I want to introduce Ramya to talk about the why. Why is the mentor-mentee relationship so important?
Thank you, Joanna, for that introduction for mentorship. I didn't know that, and it's good to know that. So why mentor-mentee relationship is important, right? So this is probably the basis of why mentorship is very important for everyone, be it women or men. So every mentoring relationship is different and unique because it has 2 different sets of people and they are matched together based on their area, their career, whatever it is, but every relationship is unique. So I have 3 things here. The top one here, tops the list, is trust. Trust stands as the highest priority in this relationship. So a mentee is looking for support and a mentor is there to support. So this process or this clear-cut definition is already inbuilt even before they are matched. So everybody who's going into this mentoring relationship already knows that this trust is something that they will have to either give or take or whatever it is, right? So trust comes with time and experience and also through frequency. So the second thing that I'm going to take you through is mentor. What are the attributes that we are looking at for a mentor? We're looking at an active and enthusiastic listener, listening in a way that they can understand what the mentee wants, what the mentee is looking for, I would say, and build a base so that their mentorship journey will go smoothly. So coming back to the mentee, right? So coming to the mentee, the mentee should have clear communication skills of their challenges, their experiences, telling the mentor what exactly is needed from that journey. So these are the 3 main things that actually makes the mentor-mentee relationship more, I would say, to stand out for them, I would say. And it's very important to have that trust, being an active listener, having that clear communication skill. I think this is very important for a mentor-mentee relationship, I would say.
Thank you, Ramya. So, what I loved about what you just shared is there's a preconceived idea that the responsibility is all on the mentor, right?
Yes.
But what you just shared is it's a two-way dynamic. It's a two-way relationship. And with any growth and learning, you only get out of it what you put into it, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah, so that's very important for mentees. But in order to do that, mentors have to have a special set of skills in order to be able to have that subtlety, to be able to read and to be able to understand. And I always say, if you're looking for a mentor, make sure you find someone that's got the results you're looking for, right? And there's always a wealth of skill set in that. But let's go to you, Neetha, because I want to ask you, what are some of those special skills that mentors need to have?
Right. Thank you for that question. So I think, whenever mentors enter into a mentoring relationship, it's very evident that they know that they have something to give, right? Their expertise, their wisdom and all that. So communication skills is the most important. And as Ramya mentioned, active listening skills to understand what they're really saying and not saying, to get those, little cues of how they are, the words they're using, the body gestures and all that, what they're showing, right? So apart from communication skills, I would say one of the most important skills a mentor should have is the ability to know when to step in and advise and when to step back and then make them think. So this is one of the most important skills. And I think as mentors, we need to sort of like switch roles between being an ally, sometimes, being like a buddy, being there to support them, being like an advisor whenever they are stuck and they're not able to see beyond their challenges, give them pure guidance. And also as an advocate, whenever you feel that they are low on confidence, giving them that support and encouragement to step out of their comfort zone, explore new opportunities and avenues. So a mentor should possess all these skills, to be able to switch roles between and toggle between these roles. Yeah.
I love it. So building on from what Ramya shared, trust, active listening and communication, Neetha's adding to the conversation that mentors really need to have that dexterity to know when to step in and when to step out. Because often learning, it's not powerful until you really embody it yourself. Right? You can hear it in theory, but until you experience it, it's just not the same, right? Everybody's nodding their head, right? And this is wisdom, right? And this is the wisdom that we tend to pass down. But I heard something else in what you shared, which is around feeling safe, right? There's an element around feeling safe. So we're gonna switch tacks now. And we're going to talk a little bit about community, okay? Because community is a space where people generally feel like they belong and they feel safe. Now, some interesting stats on community that I wanted to share with you tonight, because there's been a rapid growth of communities all around the world. I mean, particularly since COVID and the digital explosion, everybody's cool with Zoom these days. But 76% of people who are online are participating in communities. Yeah, I know, it's wild, right? And if you look at communities as platforms such as Reddit, Reddit has over 130,000 sub-communities within its platform, 130,000, which is amazing. And particularly when you look to the younger generation, because we're looking at trends moving forward, right, into the future, because this is all about how we're going to promote change, yeah? Gen Zs trust community sites almost as much as they do mainstream media. 48%, mainstream media 51%, and much more than social media, which they only trust 36%. So communities are the place where people are going to get information that they trust and to feel like they belong. So I just want to come down to you, Eva, because you're absolutely passionate about creating communities. And I wanted to ask you, why do you think building communities are so important? And what are the 3 biggest benefits that they bring?
Yeah, thank you. Look, I think it is the reason why it is so important. either in business life, but also in private life. And many people knows that this is kind of a combined. I can relate to, as I mentioned, when I moved to Australia, I didn't know anyone. I moved here on my own. I didn't know basically anyone in here, and I had to find a job. I had to find new friends, and I had to find basically my own community, and to feel also that I belong somewhere. And to join a community or build a community is a great way how you can start, and also how to help you to, let's say, know a little bit more about the country and know about more yourself, where you actually want to go. And then it's a first step, like with the networking, when you can meet interesting people, and who can give you a little bit more a hand or the way where you want to go. Because sometimes you end up, or you start in a situation where you are on a path in your life and you just want to move, but you don't know really maybe which way to move. And sharing your thoughts or discussing with other people, like-minded people who have the same thoughts, can help you a little bit to direct you on the right way. That's how I feel it. The benefits what would be the basic ones are, first of all, meet like-minded people who are, let's say, in the same situation. I can, for example, mention what we have in the community of She Loves Dada. So we have now 18 chapters across the world. I'm leading the ANZ region, and especially the Australian community, it's slightly different than the other chapters. Let's say, I would say that it's more mature. So we have women on average around between 30 to 40 years of age. So these are women who already like went through some stages of the life, and also business wise, and they basically want to make some changes in their life. They want to upskill, or they want to move to tech, and but they probably maybe don't feel confident. How is it if I change my career when I'm 35? Is it possible? Can I do it? And you don't really have many women or many people around you who are making such a massive steps. So to be among women who are actually going through the same transition, and you can discuss it, and you can share the experiences, like, have you gone through this? What did you do? And just to discuss it, can give a great benefit to the women, and empower them also, that they have the feeling that someone else went through the same stage and made it. I can also made it. So this is one of the benefits. Second quite important benefit is also, even if you're looking for a job, and it's not a surprise that finding a job very much still depends, and it's unfortunate, depends who you know. Yeah, so, and I went through this looking for a job and so on and so on. And most of my cases, most of them, my life, it's just ended up that someone recommended me to someone, or someone told me, okay, go to this place, this stage. So this is the way how it unfortunately it is. And which is hard when you really move to a country where you don't know anyone. Who's going to give you a recommendation? Because you don't know anyone. So to get somewhere and help you, this is very beneficial. And the last but not least thing that's what I also experience is if you join the community, and if you join it also as a volunteer. So, for example, if you wanna switch your career to an area where you are not really that much familiar with, but you wanna try it how it is, and you, for example, you even don't know what you wanna do. You know that you wanna be in the tech and analytics, but not really sure what should be the role. Maybe join some community, like She Loves Data, for example, and find and try some different roles. Try it, how is it? And if you like it, and this can also give you a little bit perspective, what maybe would be the role that you would like to do.
Thank you. So I can see we're going to have a wave of women riding the tech wave after this meeting. But what I took out of your sharing was that it's really a place of connection, collaboration, and empowerment. Yeah, the
Yes.
communities stand for that. And I know in the My Voice community, that's been entirely my experience. And, you know, the whole process of, you know, becoming an author and going through that and connecting with other ladies, and even the opportunity to be here tonight with all of you is a testament to that. And it really is on a global scale. And I think that communities, you know, used to be just local, or maybe state-based, or maybe national, but the rise of global communities is really taking the stage. So I'd love to hear from you, Shikar, because you've had an incredible journey creating this community. But we want to know, what was it really like? What was it like doing that? You're on mute. Oh, we've got a tech issue. Okay, so we're going to hold that space while we're waiting for Shikar to come back. So what I might do is I'm very quickly going to go back up to Neetha, okay, because it's interesting, right? You were talking, Eva, about people being able to go into communities and check it out. Is this for me? Do I like it? You know, is this something that I want to explore? What kind of people are hanging out here? But similarly, getting back to mentoring, mentors also need to look for things in mentees, right? Because not every mentee is a right fit. And I can tell you, because I do lots of mentoring and I do lots of volunteer mentoring, and it's my time. It's my time, it's my energy. And so I want to do it with the right people. So Neetha, how do you know what's the right qualities to look for in a mentee?
Very good question. You know, so apart from having a learner's mindset, apart from being dedicated and having an open mindset, there are 3 qualities I look for in all my mentees. So the first thing would be fierce determination. You know, the determination to set goals and achieve them. And this will show up when we are discussing the why behind their goals, you know, what is the purpose. And also in some little things like being prompt on coming to the session on time. If they value your time, they will show up on time. So fierce determination is one thing. Second would be passion, the desire to succeed. Being open-minded, trying to explore, having that mindset to explore new opportunities and having that courage and passion. And the third would be accountability, you know, taking ownership of your own actions and outcomes, doing assignments and on time and all these things. And, you know, the most beautiful thing is once they have clarity on their strengths, they get empowered and they move into a mindset of abundance and they start acting from that mindset. You know, like we are all saying, right? Like we are not good enough, we are not smart enough, we are not yet ready to take that next step. But when our mentees have clarity on their strengths, they start acting from that mindset of abundance. So these are the 3 things which I mainly look for: fierce determination, passion, and accountability.
I love it. You know, I was at a business lunch earlier this week, and the gentleman that was sharing is a super successful entrepreneur, and he was talking about accountability. And I remember in one of my experiences mentoring one of our executives when I was in the finance company, and a part of mentoring is also sharing your mistakes. Yes. And there's also this aspect of vulnerability. It requires a mentee to be vulnerable enough to go to the places that are a little bit scary and to trust that the mentor is going to guide them through. But in certain situations, it also requires the mentor to be down to earth too. Because if you can't be real and raw about the mistakes you've made, then people don't get the benefit of learning from your mistakes. So why do we go through all the difficulties in the first place, I say? All right, so it looks like we've got Shikar back. So flipping back down to you, what was it like building this incredible community?
Honestly, Joanna, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
You're perfect.
Honestly, Joanna, it has been a surreal for us, you know. Pandemic has kind of been a blessing in disguise for both of us, both me and Mira. We are popularly known as Kit Kat girls. And, you know, we never dreamt that, you know, we would start an initiative called My Voice during pre-pandemic days, you know. This initiative was started rather with an intention to create a platform for women to discuss things that matters to us, you know, to create a safe zone where they could share their journey, share their experiences, share their challenges. And honestly speaking, how in last 1.5 years we have conducted more than 35 episodes of My Voice, which led to organize, this build the community for more than 1,000 women out there, across the world. So yes, it has been an amazing experience to connect, collaborate, empower with other women across the globe. And we can proudly say that we have found a purpose in life today. And in our small way, we have tried to touch other people's journey, other people's heart, other people's life, And this journey, actually, the My Voice initiative, which we took, led to the birth of Global Influencers Publishing House. And we felt that when we were listening to these stories and challenges during our My Voice episodes, we realized that there are a lot of women who have stories which are not being heard. When Joanna spoke about, there are 67% of the women who do not have mentors. So obviously, these women need mentorship. These women need, guidance through professionals. So what are the other, avenues for them to actually get inspired, or even to be, to be able to resonate to certain stories which are so inspiring, and these stories are of you and I mean, people who are, very relatable. Their stories are very relatable. So when you read these stories, women feel completely, they know that they are not alone in what they're doing. And that's when today we can proudly say that in less than 2 years' time, we've been able to publish 6 co-authored books. Some of the authors are here with me. And it's been a great journey to collaborate with each one of you and be able to, build this community together. And, today I can say both Neera and I have built 125 authors along this entire journey of, published through books that we have published in last 1.5 years. So I'm absolutely delighted. This journey has just begun for us, and it's onwards and upwards. So thank you for all your support, and we are really happy the way we are moving ahead.
So I've got to call this out, ladies, right? Because they talk about helping in their small way, but it's not really so small, is it? It's significant. And there were 2 words that I heard in your sharing, and it started with an intention. It started with an intention, and everything in life starts with an intention. However, I do know behind the scenes there was a lot of determination too, because you have absolutely been completely committed to overcoming obstacles with everything you do. I remember Neera sharing about the initial beginning of the program and working out how to publish the books, and just facing what other people would see as an insurmountable wall of fear, and you just moved through it and beyond it. And I think that energy was the energy that really supported the way for other women to come and share their story too. But I want to come back now to you, Ramya, because what I loved about you was the intention to really empower young girls. And I'm a mother of 2 girls. They're a little bit older now, 18 and 23. And that's a big part of my why for being in the Successful Woman. And I too believe that, successful women grow from successful girls. So I just wanted to find out from you, how do you think the mentoring has impacted the young girls coming through?
Thank you, Joanna, for that. So, we all live in a society which is still in some way gender biased, and it's been worse in the past. But I think as we go day by day, it's getting better. And I hope you all agree with that. So from my personal experience, I have come across a lot of comments that have told me that I'm incapable of doing something, probably in the past, like, why are you doing this master's? And anyways, you're going to get married and stuff like that. So I've heard comments like that. And I know that young girls today are also hearing a lot about like that. I'm not even talking about young girls. I have 2 daughters. I've heard my daughter hearing it from people in her school. So what I'm trying to say here is, in my experience so far, these young girls that I mentor who come right out of uni or who are in the university right now, they're all so determined and ambitious. They want to change the world in some way or the other. That's what I'm seeing in most of the girls that I mentor. And what I hear from them is they want to pursue their education or career in a certain direction, but they don't have anybody to nudge them towards that direction. Their parents and friends do help them, but of course, an experienced mentor or an experienced person who is along the same education ladder or the same career ladder can help them move ahead faster or give them suggestions on how they can move in the right direction, I would say. So with proper guidance and support, it's easier for these young girls to go forward. Why I keep saying young girls is because I think young girls need more support these days because they are moving up the education ladder faster than we expected. And I also see that like these mentees that I'm talking about are already in this mentoring space. They want a mentor. They are looking for a mentor who can actually guide them towards that direction. So I am a firm believer, as I said, that young girls make big changes in this world, will be making big changes and are already making big changes. So I think mentoring will help them achieve what they want as a goal. So I think an experienced person is required at this point of time for their life to nudge them towards these goals. So being a mentor, and I've been mentoring for the past 5 to 6 years now, and I'm a big advocate for girls' education as well. So here, I did not have a mentor to help me when I was in college or university, but I am presuming that it would have been better if I had a mentor. So why not provide that to young girls now is my thought process. And I'm trying to inspire as many girls as possible to see if they can reach their goals or at least go one step in front of their goals.
Amazing. Okay, down to you, Sakar. You wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, Ramya, to your thing, it's such an amazing thing that you've said that, girls need mentorship, because today when I see an 18-year-old daughter that I have, they don't have mentors, I mean, they have counselors, they have teachers, but they do not have mentors to guide them through their career, through their, their adult, their teenage days, I mean, how do they handle everything? I mean, Neeta is a great example. I mean, she's been doing a lot of work for young girls and mentoring them. But I would really urge you girls to actually come forward and create that community for these young women. And we, with the help of My Voice, will be able to do that, to bring these women together, these young girls together to, create a community where they can approach you during their school holidays. I mean, if you can conduct some of these sessions, it'll be a great opportunity to mentor these girls. And I think we can do a good justice to this.
Neeta's got a hand up. What did you want to add, darling?
Maybe I can just build on the points told by Ramya and Shika, and I totally agree. Every girl needs a mentor. I wish I had one exactly like what Ramya was saying. The thing is, it's a way, especially during the crucial time when they're moving from a uni life to an adult life. That's the most important time when they need a mentor. And I feel that if there's someone to stand by them, to be there, to be like a sounding board, and that's the time they are able to talk about their challenges and their fears. And if they know that there's someone who believes in them and opens their mind to like millions of possibilities, like once they're empowered, they just take off. That's what I've experienced in all my mentoring sessions. So as Shika and Ramya rightly mentioned, I really believe that every girl should have a mentor, and we should do something, come together and create an initiative where we provide mentoring to these young women. Yeah.
So back to you, Ramya.
Sorry. Yeah, so what I wanted to add on here is, thanks Neeta and Shika for this. I would love to be a part of this community, creating a community where girls can just like have a click. They just want a mentor, or just one session that they just want to go through, like just one session saying that, hey, this is my challenge. How do I go past that challenge? Just a one click right away where they get a mentor. I think that would be a great initiative for young girls these days. I think that's something that we can work together to implement, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's
Tika, you
definitely
wanted to
thought, yeah, there's a thought for food, I mean, because this is something that I really want to work on with you guys, and I know if we can do it, maybe we should start communicating after the session.
Absolutely.
It sounds like we've got a new initiative that
Yes,
started
yes,
this evening. So
right.
Yes.
I want to share some really good news, because statistics show that 89% of people who have been mentored go on to mentor. So if you think about the compounding effect of every girl that gets mentored, what that actually means in terms of change for the world. So it's the complete opposite, right, of the number of women that have had mentors. But when you have been mentored, you go on to be a mentor. And I think that that's that change, it's that cycle of change, which is what we're really talking about today. But something popped up in the middle of that conversation that I think is really important, and it was about choice. It was about feeling safe to make a choice. So I want to come back to you, Eva, and, hats off to you for moving to a completely different country and starting something new and, landing on your feet the way that you have. And what I wanted to ask you was, how do you know which is the right community to join?
Yeah, well, it's not definitely it's not easy. And I am having the same question in terms of mentor, how to find the right mentor, who is the right person, how do you know that it's going to be the right click? Anyway, in terms of the community, look, it needs to first you need to put yourself a question, why do you feel you need the community? What is your focus? Is it is it more that you want to find a job, you want to upskill, or what is if there should be some kind of specialty of the community focusing on some certain area? Either if it is tech, it can be either cryptocurrency or whatever. And so this I think would be the first thing. The second thing, then it's also, then you will have a wide range of these communities, how to pick it. What I would do for on my place, what I would do is basically join a few of the communities and start to follow them on social media. Have a look how they interact. What is the voice that they are using? What is the type of the communication? And how do you feel when you are reading and when you read the way how they are interacting? Is it close to you, or it's not? Because everyone is different. Everyone likes a different approach, and to find the right people to be among is the most important. So I would say, start with a little bit of observation and have a look how do you feel like home with this community? Do you feel like that the people have actually the same issues, the same problems, or same challenges, and some same targets? Then it could be, then you can feel the feeling that this would be basically beneficial. Also, another thing that I would say would be interesting and important for me is, how does the community present themselves? How do they present themselves? Yeah, is it a community where it's basically just posting a little bit of communication, or you really see the people who are behind the community? And this will then open up also a door for you to more connect with the community, because you can see and you can also interact with the people. Does the community really actively connect with the people, or is it that the community is just doing some events but not really actively communicating with the rest of the community? So these are like the things that I would consider when joining new community.
I love it. Neetha, you wanted to add?
Yeah, just to add on that power of, joining communities and the power of volunteering, I just wanted to share, and even me and Ramya belong to the same nonprofit as well. We volunteer there. So just a success story from one of my mentees, right? So she had a long career break of more than 15 years. And she was able to secure a job, and it's all because of the power of volunteering and community. So what happened was, when we started off mentoring, I didn't know what she was good at. She herself was not aware, because it was a very long career break, right? So she started exploring some volunteering roles, leadership roles. She understood what she was good at, what she was, what she had expertise in. And I was I was amazed to see, like how she excelled in all these roles, because she was facing a lot of personal issues as well. And it's during these volunteering roles she understood, and then she started applying for jobs. She started building her own network, started being more visible, more confident. And then she faced a lot of rejections, but during early part of this year, we struck gold. One of the partner firms of the biggest consulting firms, interviewed her, saw her worth, and gave her a chance. And after working for 3 months, she was given a permanent role. Because so it says that, like, nothing is impossible. People come to me saying that, oh, I have a career break of 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. I said, nothing matters. Start volunteering, start being a part of community, understand yourself better. And volunteering is a best place. It's a safe place where you can explore skills, and it's a safe space to make mistakes and learn and improve. So yeah, yay to power of community and volunteering.
Well, that's an incredible story, but also hats off to you for being an amazing mentor and taking
Thank
her
you.
through.
Thank you so
But what
much.
I loved about the connection between Neetha and Eva was the theme of anything is possible, and it really is true. In terms of reskilling and being able to do what you want to do, I have learned more skills in the last 3 years, turning 50, than in the decade before. So anything is possible if you set your mind to it. But really, at the heart, what you're talking about is the impact that communities can make. And so I want to come back to you, Shikar, because how do you measure the impact that you've had on the ladies in the My Voice community?
We've created a platform which gives authentic voice to women from all walks of life. They are diverse in their community, and celebrating their exceptional accomplishments and achievements. Without through these initiatives, creating a safe zone for them. Like I mentioned to you earlier, that it is very important for women to share their journey. So our My Voice platform has helped for these women to connect, empower, inspire, enrich, stimulate, and even provoke them to think differently. Because these women were in their shell, they didn't have a place to speak up, be heard, and that's what My Voice is all about. It's a safe zone where we do not record these sessions. They can come and talk about things that matter to us. And that's what we did with My Voice. And this was again continued by sharing their journey, their powerful journey, their heartfelt journey through our My Voice books, because we told them to unburden themselves by sharing their journey, because it is important that we need to give back to the society by telling them what they have gone through. There's no shame in sharing your own journey, because that's how you're going to impact other women. And this is what we are here for. And that is the purpose, that we are here to impact other women who do not have mentors, who do not have father figures or heroes in their life. They have to learn from these inspiring stories. I mean, do you think, when I read about Michelle Obama or Melinda Gates, I know these are really, really big stalwarts. They're very successful, but they are very intimidating to us, because some point of time you think, oh, I don't think I can be next Michelle Obama or Melinda Gates. But if they listen to a story like mine, who have gone through various challenges in my life, they feel that, okay, if she has done it, I can do it as well. So this is what we feel, that this is the kind of impact that we are trying to create among women. Also by giving back to the society in terms of, like, we've mentioned in, I mean, most of our authors would know that we're giving back to the society. We are, giving the entire royalties from the book sales, from Amazon book sales to Singapore Children's Society, which is one of the oldest NGOs of Singapore. And it supports the kids who come from a very difficult situation, especially in pandemic times, the kind of support they need. They need education, they need mentorship, they need, guidance. And these organizations helps them. And they are the future of our country. And as much as, we as women need space to be able to share our challenges, I'm sure the kids who are young, like women, the girls that we are talking about, they need a space as well. So I hope we are able to create that impact for them. We are able to give them that opportunity to speak up and to be heard.
What I loved about what you just shared was about relatability. Yeah, so there's something in community, it's this relatability, and you talked about it, Eva, as this sense of feeling like home. Yeah, feeling like I belong here, like I fit. But really the glue and the elephant in the room, and we're quickly going to go around each of you really quickly because we're already over time, and we did agree that we need to be respectful as mentors about people's time. Challenges. Not easy to go through. Challenges are not easy to go through. And that's really the glue that's brought your community together, is giving them a voice to share the challenges that they've gone through so that other people have the benefit of learning their wisdom. So I really quickly want to come back. I'm going to open it up to each of you. Just what has been the biggest challenge that you faced in your journey as a mentor, Neetha?
Okay, yeah. I think one of the key learnings I learned is that not to be too overtly attached to your aspirations for the mentee. You always have to make mentee the hero of the story. You cannot fix it all. You have to learn to accept the reality and bring in a lot of self-compassion, knowing that you have done your best and let it go. So that was one of the biggest challenge. Yeah.
I love it. Ramya, what about you?
So mine would be, I think, being vulnerable. Sometimes I think it's important to be vulnerable at some point of time when you're talking to your mentee. It's the same goes to the mentee as well. So I think I have initial days when I started mentoring, I felt that I was not getting there. I mean, not being so vulnerable in front of my mentee. But then as I started mentoring a lot of girls, I understood that they were also being determined to go through this journey with me. So it kind of grew, like I would say, with experience and with frequency. I think that caught in at some point of time, and then I started becoming more vulnerable towards them as well. Similarly, the opposite happens whenever you do that. So I think that's very important. It was one of the biggest challenges that I had initially, but I had to overcome it because if I had my passion towards mentoring, I think this is something that I had to overcome, and I did that.
And that's really that safe space in mentoring based on trust, which is a very similar theme to the communities that also need safe space, right? So you can see how they're linking together. So Eva, biggest challenge you've gone through in building a community?
I would put it in the way that I'm not only volunteering, but I'm also leading teams in the nonprofit and leading teams of volunteers. And I have to say that for the whole my experience and being a leader in the past, a leading team of 35 people, out of 35 people, 32 were men. This leading volunteers is the biggest challenge, because you have to understand that these people are actually not employees. They are doing it for free, and you can't basically expect from them to be the same involved. But on the other side, you also need them to deliver, because if if you have a team of 10 people and one volunteer is not really doing, then the second one, okay, he's not doing, also I'm not gonna do it, and then it's like collapsing everything. So to be a leader of volunteers has been my biggest challenge, and I'm still like, it showed me a lot about myself, and I'm working hard on myself to take this challenge, and I love it. It's not easy, it's really hard, and I love it.
It's the dichotomy between autonomy and authority and influence, but it speaks leagues to obviously the strength of your depth and ability in leadership to be able to do what you're doing. So well done, Eva. Keep going. Okay, Shikar, down to you. What was the biggest challenge in building this community?
Well, I would say, despite running KitKat events and marketing for the last 8 years, when we started, global influences, the biggest thing was trust as to whether people will trust in us as global influencers or not. So when we published our first book, I would clap for all those 23 authors to trust in us, to be able to share their journey with us. It was commendable. Like, I can't thank them enough to say that these are the guys who trusted. That was the most difficult book that we had published. I think from there on, these 23 authors became the testament to the other bunch of women who joined us, because we are part of that community now. So they kept giving us they kept referring us to other people. When we started talking about our journey, people started coming to us and saying, oh, we want to be part of My Voice. Today, this has become like, it's a huge community now. People know us, and wherever we go, they definitely say, oh, we know about My Voice. They might not say we know about KitKat Girls now, because the My Voice has become much bigger than KitKat, I would say, but they know My Voice very well. So I'm absolutely thrilled to see as to how people have trusted in us, in our work, in our journey, in our belief, in our purpose. And that's what we are here for. And thank you again.
Well, thank you to all of you for trusting to have me as the moderator tonight. I want to do a quick recap because I've been taking notes furiously. So on the topic of mentorship, it's all about trust. It's about active listening, clear communication, and knowing when to step in and when to step out. As a mentee, it's going to require fearless determination, passion, and accountability, because your growth is also your responsibility. But at the end of the rainbow, you will find a mindset of abundance and your world will change. And I know that I've seen that, particularly with the ladies I've been mentoring in India over the last couple of years. Phenomenal changes in the women I see there. And we all agree that one of the ways we can collaborate is to support an initiative for girls to be the future for successful women, because the mentee is the hero of the story. And at the very heart of that requires the essence of being able to be vulnerable in a safe space. Now, coming over to communities. Communities are all about safe spaces. It's about having like-minded people who know you, because it's important who you know, because there's opportunities out there in the world. And if we want to collaborate, it's being able to support other people succeed, because there is plenty in the world for everybody to succeed. It's a great place to volunteer and to learn and to check out if it feels right for you. And communities are all about the intention of the community and the purpose and a whole lot of determination behind the scenes. It's also about what the community is choosing to focus on. So be mindful that you check out who's really behind this community, and do you get visibility into who they are? That was a great tip that you gave, Eva. But communities are all about how they make us feel and whether we feel like we are at home. It's a wonderful place to get stimulated, to promote, and to share your journey, particularly life's challenges. So I just wanted to thank all of you ladies for an incredible session. I don't think I've ever experienced a business collaboration in a panel come together like we've just done tonight. So that says everything about the power of bringing people together that truly are in the spirit of being able to mentor, give, create communities, and collaborate for a much better world. So over to you, Neera, and thank you and good night.
go. I got it.
We got you.
I don't know if you all got a chance to see, but I did share earlier on that I am one of those people who make up that 66%, Joanna, you said, who don't have a mentor. And again, my challenge, like many others, has been whom to ask. And I do feel that after today's session that I feel a lot more comfortable and driven to find the right one for me. And definitely, I've always been a strong supporter of joining community that's right for you. And as mentioned, in the session, the best way is to just test out and see what works. So grateful to all of you, ladies. Thank you so much, Joanna, for moderating this session so wonderfully. And big thank you to all of our panelists, Ramya, Eva, Neetan, of course, Shikha, for such a candid and meaningful conversation. And I'm sure, like me, the audiences have also taken in a lot from what was shared today and will go on to either finding a mentor, becoming a mentor, or joining a community that's right for them. Big thank you to our audiences for supporting the panelists. As mentioned earlier, their details have been shared on the chat. So please do reach out and connect with them. And if you've got questions, or if you wanted to be a mentor or be a mentee, please do that, because this is the opportunity. And of course, if you wanted to know about the personal journeys of Neeta, Shikha, Ramya, and Joanna, do grab a copy of the Amazon #1 bestseller book, My Voice, Volume 1, 4, and 5, and of course, all the other books. Details have been shared. Now, before I let you ladies go, let's do a group picture. Big smiles. All right, one. There we go. Well, thank you everyone once again.